Acknowledge that it's with gratitude and respect that we are gathered here on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. We couldn't be here without them, so thank you to Fasken, our legal sponsor, Tandem Innovation Group, our bookkeeping, financial support sponsor, Go, our HR sponsor. SFU Venture Labs, we're lucky enough to be using their space today, and they've been a great partner since the very beginning. Western Pacific Trust Company, helping with companies getting RSP TFSA approved. And Sales Primer, they are a contract CRO. They have an amazing process to help companies that are getting ready for that commercialization stage of their business. InWest Ventures, who is instrumental with the startup visa program side of our business, and Volition, who has been helping with the pitching and the preparation for these events and works with these companies in the lead up to these events. We also are supported by the Canadian government, Inetco, and the Angel Capital Association. I'd like to just give a shout out to NRC IRAP because they are working with us on the programming that we provide to a lot of the companies that present to help them prepare and communicate their business in the best way possible to the investors in the room. Keiretsu is one of our partners, and they have been great. We kind of see ourselves as kind of a farm for Keiretsu. We have been working with them for a long time, and for any of you who are thinking about becoming angel investors or getting into it for the first time, they have a great process for due diligence where you as investors can learn a lot as well. Companies tend to be a little later stage, but they want to talk to you as early as possible, so they're a great place to get funding as well. Next, I'd like to give a shout out to Bonsai Growth. This is our newest sponsor, and quick summary on Bonsai Growth is that they specialize in non-dilutive funding by leveraging tax credits and government programs with Canadian companies and investors to strategically scale and grow. And I believe I've got BAVTEC in the room here. Access to Bonsai Growth. And honestly, this is a great option for companies within your portfolio to get that non-dilutive funding and find a way to get the money they need to deliver on purchase orders and get the ball rolling before a lot of the lengthy kind of timelines with government funding and that sort of stuff take.
Thanks, everyone. Some of you might know me from a previous firm. We used to do something similar before. But Bonsai, a little bit different on the investor side, I think, with our approach is, I think last year we saw a lot of angels not investing as much to startups. And so we've got ways of de-risking that with certain mechanisms that we do it on the investment side. But the big one is, I think we can help companies unlock a lot of the government grants with things that we do. And I think that's the biggest step and biggest hurdle for a lot of these young companies is how do we get the big money from the programs such as IRAP and SDTC, which should be reopening again in March. ERA, we worked with all of them for about 6 years. The most fascinating thing I can say about Bonsai is we're a startup, but not a startup. We started about 13 months ago with this project, and we've already deployed about 35 million plus into young companies in the last 13 months. And we are backed by one group, and it's a Canadian institution. And so it's Canadian money for Canadian companies. So I'll leave it with that for now. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, BAVTEC. We're really happy to be having you join us as a new sponsor here. Next, we use a system currently called Gust that is how you get all the information about the companies. So if you are thinking of becoming a VANTEC member, you're able to see the companies that are going to be presenting ahead of time, do a little bit of research on them. And I think that's a really important piece of coming in and looking at companies and deciding whether or not to invest. We are celebrating our 25th year anniversary this year. So Mike Volker started it 25 years ago. Thels Ali has been running things for the last 15 years. So an amazing foundation for Lindsay and myself to be coming into, and we're really excited about the next 25 years. But we're going to be having a big celebration this summer. So we hope that you'll all join us for that. And yeah, just celebrate the last 25 years and the fact that VANTEC has been a staple for startup businesses in the ecosystem. For those of you who are here for the first time, a couple of things to mention about VANTEC is that we do these pitch events 11 months of the year. We take August off, take a little bit of a break in the summer, and it's an opportunity for you not just to meet these great companies and look at investment opportunities, but also connect with one another and build your network of angel investors for co-investing, sharing due diligence. And I really think that that's one of the most fun parts of investing is getting other people's perspectives on an investment opportunity. So I love that part of it. We also do pre-screening for these events. And so if any of you are interested in joining as a pre-screener to take a look at all the companies that go through and not just the ones that myself and the rest of the pre-screen committee select to come and present at VANTEC, you're more than welcome to join for that as well. And then you can also bring a guest. And we really encourage that. We want to build this community and have as many active investors as we possibly can here. Few community announcements. And so we've got Tandem has an infrastructure for growth on how CFOs, controllers, and bookkeepers can collaborate. This is happening on February 14th from 12 to 1. Innovate West is coming up this summer. We know it's all the way out in April, but their early bird pricing has been released for the tickets. So if you're interested in joining for this conference that brings together entrepreneurs and community members, investors, then definitely look into this. There's some great speakers that'll be at this event. There's also an event being put on by West Coast Tech, the end of the VC and as founders know it. I'm very curious to kind of see what this is all about and what they have to say. Some great execs from Coho Growth Capital, Fort Capital, Pender Investments, and Brianna from Pocketed will be there. And you can use the promo code VANTEC for 25% discount. And then Praxis also has an event coming up on February 23rd. And so looking at the Spinal Cord Institute and how they're looking at a lot of the companies that are in that space. So check that out. We also would love to promote, I don't have it on the screen here, but Fasken has some programs that they are doing right now for IP. And this is a really hot topic right now. How are people protecting their business? And so there are a couple going on right now. It's Accelerate IP, which is in partnership with the SFU Venture Labs here, Innovate West, NVBC, and a ton of other partners. And then also IP Assist, which is on with the NRC IRAP. And I actually have Nina from Fasken here today if you'd like to come up and say a few words about the programs that you're putting on. But these are great for your companies and your portfolio to get some discounted support and help for the legal side of their IP strategy.
Hi, everybody. My name is Nina Radrick. I'm an associate lawyer, trademark agent, and at Fasken. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Fasken, Fasken is a business law firm, and it's the biggest in BC. I'm a member of their technology group, which helps startups, entrepreneurs, and high growth ventures from the beginning all the way through sale or stuff like that, and everything in between, from financing to things like procuring intellectual property. I work on the intellectual property side of things, where we're introducing programs like Accelerate IP and IP Assist, and those are two programs that are government funded and provide participants with an opportunity to explore implementation of IP. So IP Assist is broken down into 3 levels, which is learning, which the participants get an opportunity to learn more about intellectual property. Level 2, which is about strategizing and developing an initial IP strategy. And level 3, which is about exploring IP further and extrapolating on their initial IP strategy. So that's IP Assist, and Accelerate IP is also broken down into 3 things, which are Stream 1, which is about learning again. Stream 2 is about strategizing, and Stream 3 is about implementing IP. And with Accelerate IP, you get an opportunity to implement IP and do formal things like prepare a patent application or trademark application, whereas with IRAP, you don't. And if you have any questions or comments about these intellectual property programs, please feel free to come ask me questions or to email me or anybody else at Fasken. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Nina. All right. So if anyone has community announcements as well, please do send them over to us. We're happy to promote them in our newsletter and on our social media, at our events, that sort of thing. Moving on, though, we do want our members to have the opportunity to make any announcements that they may have. If you are looking at a particular deal that you would love to say a few words, yeah. And so I'd like to open it up for anyone that would like to come and say a few words here. Was I seeing that hand as a community announcement? No, maybe not. But Roger, please.
Entrepreneurs, when you first became an entrepreneur, did anyone give you a job description with soft skills and hard skills on it? No, certainly not soft skills. But if they had, right there on top of that soft skill list would be become a great communicator. Every one of your stakeholders needs for you to be crystal clear, short and sweet with your communication. It just so happens that in Vancouver, there is an organization that is ready, willing, and able to help you at a very inexpensive price and with lots of fun. It's called the Vancouver Entrepreneurs Toastmasters Club. It so happens as well that it's on every Wednesday night, like tonight, after our networking. So you're welcome to come accompany me to VETC, Vancouver Entrepreneurs Toastmasters Club, where entrepreneurs train to succeed.
Thank you so much, Roger. And yeah, I don't see anyone jumping out of their seats, but it is a great opportunity to let us know about some of the deals that you're working on, any events that you're really excited about, and programs obviously as well, but keep that in mind. Next, we have our startup visa program. I alluded to it earlier, but this is a great program for us bringing companies to Canada and bringing some great entrepreneurs. But I'd love to let Jackson, who helps lead the startup visa program at VANTEC, say a few words.
Thank you, Aaron. So we have a wonderful array of companies who will be doing presentations at our startup visa preview event, which is happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It will be over Zoom. If you're interested and you're a VANTEC member, a full VANTEC member, you will receive an email link that will link you to the Zoom event, which is for tomorrow. If you would like to sign up for the event, you can go to www.vantec.ca/events and look for this preview event and sign up directly. It's great because you get to be on the ground floor of a very promising and aspiring foreign entrepreneurs who are bringing their wonderful companies into Canada. And it's a great deal to see, how things are progressing over the other side of the world. And you could learn a lot. I think Aaron and Mike, they've both attended and they seem to enjoy it very much. So you too can join in the wonderful experience. So if you're interested, just make sure you sign up for the event at www.vantec.ca/events. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jackson. And yeah, it's a well-oiled machine. They run a tight ship over at the startup side of the business. And I'm pleased to say that we have a couple of the companies that have moved to Canada going to be presenting at our March event. So really excited to have them show the caliber that is outside of BC, outside of Canada. And there really are some great companies moving here. So great partnership that we have with the Startup Visa Program. Next, I just want to give a quick rules of engagement. This is just on solicitation. So if you are an entrepreneur in the room that is not presenting today, please refrain from promoting your business. If you are not one of our sponsors, I know a lot of people wear their investor hat and their service provider hat. So make sure you're wearing that investor hat, because the entrepreneurs that are presenting today are here to meet investors and talk about investing. And so we just want to give you that reminder that we want to stick to the investment side of things. Next, we have our companies that are going to be presenting coming up. And so if you are interested in any of the companies, you can use this link here, and may have grabbed a paper copy at the front there. But essentially, we want to get not only feedback, but also whether you're interested. And you can give feedback even if you're not interested. But one thing to remember is that if you do indicate that you are interested, we're going to make an introduction. We're going to pass your information along to those companies, and they're going to reach out about your interest in investing in their business. So definitely make sure that that's what you intend when you do indicate your interest. And if you're no longer interested, let them know. It's better than sort of leading them on and having them follow up a ton with you. But yeah, we're excited to see some great companies present today. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our list here. We've got 9 companies that are going to be presenting, just 3 90-second ones this time around, but we've got 6 full presenters here. So I'll ask Christos to start making his way to the front of the room here, and we'll jump right into aelo. And Christos was supposed to present at our last event, but had a child, and so really excited that we have a new father in the room, and he's here to introduce us to aelo.
Hello, everybody. My name is Christos Kalaidis, and I'm the founder and CEO of aelo Expertly Handcrafted Cocktails. We're Canada's fastest growing alcohol-free beverage as we speak. So right now we have 4 different SKUs. We have Lime Margarita, Spritz, Peach Bellini, and Gin and Tonic, and we are the only ones in the global market right now that we're 0 calories, 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, and 0 preservatives. As we speak, we're distributed in about 1,400 locations across Canada, and some of the biggest retail brands, Sobeys, Whole Foods, Choices, Save-On Foods, and we grew 640% between 2022 and 2023, with us being #1 selling beverage in Whole Foods across Canada after the water segment. In 2024, we're looking to add 2,500 more locations with Whole Foods Pacific Northwest for the US. And at the same time, we're entering the convenience market with 7-Eleven, Circle K, and INS across Canada. We have over 50 years in beverage and CPG experience in the US and Canadian market. And I'm the winner of the Young Entrepreneur for 2022. We are EBC and RSP eligible, and right now we're looking to raise 1.5 million. Our revenue in 2023 was 1.35, and it would have been close to 2 million. Unfortunately, we weren't able to fulfill all the orders, and we have approximately 600,000 in unfulfilled orders. So that's why we're here to pitch today. We're looking for investors and strategic partnerships, and I will be back there serving drinks. Come say hi. Thank you very much for your time.
Next, I'd like to invite Ben up from Treecycle to introduce us to his business here.
All right. My name is Ben Patton, and this is Treecycle. Preface, I am an autistic and neurodivergent individual, so I do happen to have a speech here. The dirty secret about wood waste is that there's over 32 million tons being thrown into landfills every year. This causes toxic air pollution. This causes carbon emissions and economic destruction on an extreme level. We need to use wood waste and reuse it sustainably. But on top of that, we need to find a way to make it with the ability to be resold on top of being able to just be sustainable. My name is, one of the key things that we've done is we've made over 187,000 kilos of wood waste get remanufactured and put back into the environment. And my name is Ben Patton, and I'm the founder of Treecycle. And one of the key things that we're looking to do is just maximize the sustainability on top of the circularity in this environment. Our team of wood waste experts are looking to build a network of recycling facilities. These satellite depots will be smartphone enabled to enable the continued reuse of wood waste for the building sector. On top of being EBC and grant eligible, we are raising $1.5 million to build a pilot facility here in Vancouver, and that will be to serve our growing lineup of strategic partners. This first depot will serve as a flashpoint on our journey across North America. And in order to do this, we've created the most cost-effective and energy-efficient remanufacturing system. Now, by working together, we can create a closed-loop system that minimizes environmental impacts, maximizes economic returns of this exploding multi-sided marketplace. This is our bioheating, and that's pretty much it for Treecycle. So please contact us, and thank you very much.
Great job. Thank you so much, Ben. Next up, we have Inetco, and I know that it has Lisa here, but I've got Bijan coming up to give us an intro. And one thing I will mention just before jumping in here is that some of the other companies, as you saw from Treecycle, very, very early stage, and some are coming back and doing bridge rounds, and they've pitched at VANTEC before, raised capital, and we're looking to do that bridge round. So this is one of those situations, those companies, and so I'm very happy to introduce Bijan of Inetco.
Thank you. Lisa is way better looking than me, so I'm glad it was her picture up there. We're an enterprise software company, and we serve financial institutions. We provide banks, payment processors, aggregators, anybody who is in the payment ecosystem with solutions to prevent cybersecurity and fraud attacks in real time on their networks. It's a big problem. I'm not going to dwell too much on this slide, is it's exponentially growing. The area is exponentially growing, is blowing up in terms of the amount of fraud that's occurring, the sophistication of the fraud, the losses financial institutions are suffering are growing dramatically. And that trend is not stopping, it's not abating. And more than 50% of IT budgets in enterprise are now being spent, FIs is being spent in this area to try and prevent cybersecurity attacks and payment fraud. To give you an example of type of customers we've got, in Canada, we have Moneris as a customer. Yes, we have been around a little bit. We have Moneris as a customer. We have grocery stores like Publix as a customer in the US. We have banks like Santander in the UK as a customer. We deliver the solution as a SaaS solution on-prem, in the cloud, or as a managed service. Customer chooses. All of them have different requirements. I'm going to go back here. Some of our customers are very large, and one of the questions that we've been asked is, your revenue is small relative to the customers you've got. That is one of the areas of growth for us. Each of these customers are a major player in terms of expansion. And just to the offering very quickly, we have a $2 million round that we launched in 23rd of December, I believe was the launch date. On 23rd of December, that round was filled. We have hit the 2 million number. We've extended the round by $1 million. We've got a hard close on February 28th, and we're looking for investors to try and fill that. It is a participating pref. It is a $20 million valuation, and the revenues have gone from no ARR at 1.5 million into 22 to 3 million ARR into 23, minimum 4.5 the year we're in, and we're expecting 10 million ARR by the end of 25. It's all US dollars. Yeah. And I'm going to sign off and thank you all. And Lisa Payne is our CFO, and you're welcome to get into the valuation details with her, the term sheet details, any questions, etc. you might have for her. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bijan. I'll grab the clicker from you there. Thank you. All right. And so that concludes the 90-second pitches. We've got our 5-minute presentations coming up now, and I'd like to invite Kate up from Loba to introduce us to Loba Wellness.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kate Bouchard. I'm the CEO and founder of Loba Wellness. And at Loba, we're building a global wellness tech brand. We're doing this by helping people create healthy habits around pill and supplement management. And we've started by launching our very first products, Loba's Smart Supplement Organizer and the Loba app. In just over 12 months since launch, we've generated over $100,000 in revenue. We've sold over 500 Loba devices and have 1,500 users of our app, which is growing every day. Of those users, 7.5% have upgraded to pay for premium. We're in market and revenue generating and launching in-store at select Best Buy locations early 2024. So when some people hear the word pills, they automatically associate that with elderly, polypharmacy, or end of life. But that's not necessarily the case. In fact, every year, North Americans spend $50 billion on supplements and Google the term pill organizer over 1.2 million times. And this is because more than ever before, consumers are taking health into their own hands. In fact, the CDC reported in 2021 that 30% of the US population between the ages of 20 and 59 take supplements at least twice a day. The opportunity for a solution like ours is huge, with a TAM of 10.5 billion in the US and Canada alone. So with all of this spending, why does pill organization still look like this? Why is it targeted mostly towards the elderly? Why does it not have any brand association or emotional connection? Why is it aesthetically and functionally inferior? There's been a lack of innovation in the space. And what this has done is it's left unsolved pain points for consumers, for their health practitioners, and for suppliers. With Loba, we're solving these pain points across the industry with our hardware, software, and data and information. Our smart supplement organizers are designed to look great in your space. They connect via Wi-Fi to our mobile application, where you set reminders for when it's time to take your pills. We have strong unit economics on our hardware with gross profit margins of 66% landed and a CAC of $57 a unit. The Loba app is a freemium model. It's available for use with or without a Loba device. And to date, our users have logged over 68,000 pills on the app. We have a 4.7-star rating on the App Store, and it costs us just $1.73 to acquire a new user. Our users live vibrant, busy lives, and they're investing in their wellness. As a founder, it's been incredibly rewarding to hear how we're making a positive difference in the lives of our customers, many of whom are struggling with things like infertility, mental health challenges, hormone challenges, or are a part of the neurodivergent community. And this segment is thus far untapped because competitive alternatives have chosen to focus on compliance and on caregiving, not on those investing in themselves, their wellness, and their homes. Our revenue model is both D2C and B2B. Currently, launch streams include hardware, app subscriptions, and advertising, with future streams of revenue focused on our SaaS and data and information. Our vision is to build an entire platform that includes software for practitioners so they get visibility into patient adherence, tools to drive supplement sales in-app, and data and information for industry and suppliers because we know who is taking what and when. Our team is made up of experienced business professionals with the technical knowledge and a track record in the space. And we've achieved buzzworthy coverage with mention in the New York Times Wirecutter, features in BC Business, the Vancouver Tech Journal, and more. Our marketing strategy has proven returns. Thus far, we focused on online acquisition, which has been mostly organic to date, earned media, outbound sales, and our affiliate program. And we have the social proof to back that up. In fact, over the summer, we were mentioned in a TikTok video that went viral and got over 6 million views. It drove our largest sales month to date. We didn't pay a cent for that. Influencers are choosing to share their experience with Loba on their social media all the time. Post-seed round, we project profitability in year 3 with over $4 million in revenue. And I just want to point out that 75% of that is coming from our SaaS, our app, our technology, and data and information. There's a big part of the business here that is all about data, and there's a huge opportunity. We're currently speaking with 3 large supplements in Canada about getting access to that information. Plus, we have a product roadmap that outlines our plan for growth towards becoming a global wellness tech brand. So we've validated the need for this in the market, and we're currently raising $1 million in capital towards securing our spot as leader in the space, the majority of which is going towards building brand awareness with marketing and sales and also product development. I'm really proud of the traction we've achieved to date and excited for the future. If you're interested in learning more and joining us, you can scan the QR code here to send me an email or come and see me today after the pitches. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kate. And I do want to dive into a quick question. You covered pretty much everything that I look at for investing there. So fantastic. But I'd love if you could tell us a little bit more about your background and what inspired you to start Loba.
Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, so I'm a second-time entrepreneur. My background is in branding and marketing for health and health tech. I've worked with companies like Doctors of BC. I led their rebrand and their $250,000 website development project, BC Family Doctors, the Health Data Coalition. So I've been in the healthcare ecosystem in BC for almost 15 years now. What inspired me to create Loba was, I think like many founders, I saw a gap in the market based on my own personal experience. Like 1 in 6 women worldwide, I was struggling with infertility. And we had an early pregnancy loss, and I began taking multiple medications and supplements because we discovered I had a hormone challenge and also required surgery. And so I was taking many pills multiple times a day, and there just wasn't anything that met my needs, both functionally, aesthetically, or helped remind me to take them. And it was targeted towards someone like myself. And I spent about a year before I founded Loba doing discovery and research, talking to practitioners, talking to patients, looking into the stats, some of the stats that I shared today. And I discovered that I wasn't alone. There's this huge segment that had thus far been ignored. And so, yeah, I went about creating Loba, and I'm happy to share with the group that actually after about 6 months of using the prototype, I was able to become pregnant, and I have a 10-month today. So, yeah.
And I learned recently that your 10-month-old son is already in swimming classes, which I think is the coolest thing. So get them started before they even walk, you know? So thank you so much, Kate. That was great. I'd like to invite Hamid up from BDML to introduce us to BDML Safety Systems.
Hi, everyone. My name is Hamid. I'm the CEO and co-founder of BDML, where we're using computer vision to improve safety in manufacturing. And so what that means concretely is that we're pairing software with cameras to determine whether a human and a machine are about to have a dangerous interaction with each other, and we stop the machine from firing before it can harm the individual. We have a demo here, so you guys can check that out at the end of the presentations. And for the folks viewing online, there are some photos later in the deck. So in terms of our current state, we have an MVP that's produced $20,000 of revenue. We have a licensing and revenue share agreement signed with an industry partner, and they're going to help us go to market. So they're going to sell the first few units on our behalf in exchange for revenue shares. We're 2 technical co-founders with very low cash burn, and we fully own our intellectual property. We're seeking $350,000 just to fine-tune our product and really start making the sales within this year. As mentioned, the team comprised of Faiz and myself. We're both UBC engineers, known each other for 7 years, and we have an advisor, Parham, who works at manufacturing machine learning at Apple. The problem that we're trying to solve is that manufacturing is very dangerous. So last year, there were something like 430,000 injuries in the United States, 24,000 of which were hands at an average cost of about $110,000. That figure doesn't actually include third-party liability, loss of goodwill, or worker pain and suffering. Nonetheless, it's $2.7 billion per year. And we think that if manufacturers are willing to spend 1/10 of that annual cost on prevention, it gives us a $270 million market for hands alone. And if you zoom out more broadly, it's a $50 billion market in safety, but we're starting with the hand vertical because we think that if we can dominate that, we can do the software play, add updates, and go to other safety applications quickly thereafter. Our market is also growing, so the United States is reshoring their industrial base. There's a CapEx boom, and employment is rising in manufacturing as well. In terms of why now, it's basically a story of lowering barriers to entry from some technological breakthroughs. So, whereas the models we're running now, you could have maybe done 10 years ago in an academic setting, you would have needed a computer the size of a small, like a small cabinet with a lot of power and cooling requirements. But now we can do it on specialized hardware a little bit smaller than an iPad. And there's also been proven adoption in other industries. So just last year, a company in Vancouver called Weir Motion Metrics exited for 100 million British pounds by applying computer vision to the mining industry. We have 2 MVPs. Our first one cost just under $4,000, and our second one is now complete, where we fixed the bugs of V1, improved the UI, the model, and have industrial-grade hardware. This is a photo of our V1 on site. It's a little dated. We commissioned V2 just this morning, actually. But on the very right-hand side, you can see a hand is being detected within a red box. A hand is not supposed to be there, and so we're preventing the machine from firing. Previously, 2 workers had lost their hands in this machine in the last 5 years. In terms of our roadmap, within the next 3 to 6 months, we want to make some more sales via our industry partner. Within the next 6 to 12, we want to start making some direct sales as well. And by 12 months, we think we would have hit product market fit, and we're going to start scaling more aggressively and potentially even scaling beyond safety because we've made a lot of technical progress, so we can potentially go into quantity and quality control as well. Sort of the last 2 slides here, in terms of our growth projections, our first 3 years are somewhat more concrete because in that partnership agreement, we've already set the sales targets for our partner to maximize their revenue share. So we're hoping to get to 100 sales per year by year 3, and years 4 and 5 are a little bit more ambitious. If we stick to this, though, we'll break even something around the 18-month mark because it's a very small team. It's Faiz and myself. And in the long run, I think for investors, there will be opportunities for secondaries or potentially an M&A if you need some liquidity events. Final slide is our ask. So we're asking for, again, $350,000. Most of it's going to go towards selling the product, a little bit towards product development, some towards overhead. That's the use of the funds breakdown right there. We have a preference for safes, but preferred shares are available for competitive terms. Minimum tickets, $25,000. And in terms of non-financial, we appreciate intros to Canadian or US micro VCs, introductions to the Creative Destruction Lab down in Seattle. They have a manufacturing program, or mentorship from past B2B founders.
Great job, and perfectly in time there. And so, Hamid, given the stage that you are at with BDML, I'm curious to hear about the recent accomplishments that you have and the impending milestones that are going to be happening with this very quick development of this business and lean team.
So we sort of believe that startups live and die by their speed. And there's a funny story. It's funny now. It wasn't funny about a month ago. But about a month ago, Faiz and I were on site at our manufacturing client. And in the boardroom, the president was actually yelling at us for moving at a glacial pace. We had some lead time issues, but nonetheless, they're breathing down our necks to move as fast as possible. So like I said, our V2 is now done. We're just focusing on rebranding our website, getting a video demo shot, and our industry partner is going to like a trade show in March. So we want to get a second unit in their hands so they can start selling it. So we're really focused on sales as our next few milestones. Thanks.
Of course. Thank you very much, Hamid. I next would like to invite Ian up to introduce us to Volterra.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ian McAvoy. I'm the CEO of Volterra. And I just want to give you a quick introduction of our core purpose because the field that we're in is a very interesting and growing one. We're providing battery health transparency to customers, which is something that doesn't really exist right now. This performance transparency, power transparency. Health is a very, very different issue. And we're looking at using software to fleet operators who are going to transition their fleets to zero-emission vehicles. Volterra itself is an active participant right now in a couple of accelerators, one here in Vancouver, Foresight, and also one in the Pacific Northwest, which is the Clean Tech Alliance. And we're also involved with several angel groups in California and the Pacific Northwest. Next slide, please. Our extensive outreach to fleet operators identified a recurring theme, and that's the fear of transitioning to the electric vehicle programs within their fleets and new technology. This is a big issue for most of these major fleets, mainly because of workforce development and also the fear of the unknown. And range anxiety is obviously a big one with electric vehicles that you're mostly all familiar with, but operational complexity is a big issue as well as life expectancy of the batteries themselves. And the solutions needed very, very quickly in this area. We've developed a software program called EVCur, and EVCur is a virtual battery engineer in the cloud, and it's focused on battery health management and designed to unlock, manage, optimize, as well as saving time, money, and resources, and extending battery life by up to 20% or 2 years on major fleets. And we are a disruptor. We're not particularly well liked right now by the OEMs. And our goal here is to democratize battery health data into the hands of fleet operators where it belongs. This gives you an example of just an image of the software. It's easy to use, it's intuitive, it's glance-based, and it's also very deep as well, providing insights for the whole decision-making team, from the maintenance engineer all the way to the CEO. Next slide. Fleet management's a very large, mature, and evolving market with a global reach. And we plan to target mobility services and partner with groups like Geotab that have their own individual systems that create for pretty sophisticated APIs into the marketplace with something like 1 million connected vehicles already on the programs. We're focused on enterprise level fleet operators, large ones, and whose business is focused on vehicle availability and revenue operations. Downtime is the worst enemy of fleet management. We hope to improve the downtime by making sure that the batteries can last longer and also can operate more efficiently. Our founders, we're committed to executing this plan. We've been doing this now for several years. We're very much focused on the future. We've grown the value of the company so far, and more importantly, is we understand that financial return to investors is one of our key goals. We've attracted a very strong management team, as well as a bench of expert, experienced advisors to support the venture. Our direct competition includes a lot of smaller EV battery-focused technology software companies with a very, very wide breadth of value and opportunity. We're seeing most of these competitors right now growing very, very quickly and evolving into the market space backed by investment. In some cases, already acquired by the largest strategic partners, and who are looking to expand their business interests. But more importantly, again, it's easier to buy innovation than to develop it. And we're in that space right now. It's a very, very fast-growing space, and we can see our competitive advantages right now are quite numerous. We are fleet management experts and battery experts on the team, and we attracted the successful technology development team from Corvus. Obviously, we have one of the members here. They delivered Corvus Orca, and Corvus Orca is one of the most successful battery projects or programs that's been developed in the last decade. And we hope to replicate that with the team that we have on board. We have an exit strategy. I can talk more about this offline if you're interested. A lot to talk about in that area, but we're very much an acquisition target already even at early stage, given what I explained earlier. Our recurring revenue is generated through a premium software service business model, and we're designed to deploy over the life of the battery. So it's not 1 year or 2 years, it's up 10 years, up to 15 years. Slide, please. And we're excited to partner with BCIT. We've worked out a multi-year commercialization and development product demonstration program with them, using all of their equipment, their resources, their students, their faculty. And they're providing almost $500,000 of in-kind services to our program over the next 1.5 years. So we're very excited about that. We've also partnered with them on an imminent non-dilutive BC ARC grant application that's going to be totaling almost $1.8 million. And customer discovery and acquisition is moving forward very, very well with lots of positive feedback. And we're initially targeting public transit. And the main reason for that is I came from that industry previously. So we're projected to break even in 2027 and deliver annual recurring revenues of approximately $150 million by 2030, which would include almost 250 customers and 152,000 active EV SaaS licenses at 2030. We're raising $500,000 in pre-seed investment right now in early 2024 at a valuation of $2.5 million. We've already commenced with the raise and have pending term sheets with a strategic investor and a local Vancouver angel. The round will be followed by a $1.5 million seed round in Q3 2024. And I just want to make a point now for, for the right investors, even though we pretty much believe that we've raised our $500,000 right now, the right investors were willing to oversubscribe in the pre-seed round. And we are an active EBC eligible venture for qualified BC investors. I'd like to leave you with this quote from one of our strategic partners. I'm not going to read it, but Steve Perry is pretty much a leader in this field. And he pretty much validated what we were trying to do for the first time we met him. So I think I'll leave it there and say I'll be available to answer any questions later, at the table. And thank you very much.
Fantastic. And Ian, I'd like to dig in a little bit to the team that you've put together, because obviously at this stage of the business, a team is everything, right? And it seems that you have assembled a really sort of experienced team, and some that have even gotten through to an exit as well. So maybe you could talk to us a little bit more about your team and how you assembled them.
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, when we created the company initially, there was a handful of founders who were very expert in their field. The gentleman over here, he came on to our team as an advisor. And then before we knew it, you were out talking to some of your ex-colleagues from Corvus Energy. And we were able to get the band back together of Corvus Energy, which is, pretty much the whole technical team that delivered one of their main products over the last decade. And with that, I think the word of mouth has traveled right now. And the team that we have right now is more akin to a Series A company. We've been able to pull this team in much, much quicker. So it allows us now to kind of move very, very nimbly, very quickly. But more importantly, is we can get things done and get them done properly, fast, and with expertise at this point.
All right. So next, I'd like to introduce Sean from Wavy. Thank you, Mark. All right, Sean, over to you.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Sean Hewitt, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Wavy, the culture OS for distributed teams. Work has changed a lot. And I'm not talking about today's debate of whether we're working from home or working in office. I'm talking about where it's headquartered. That used to be within the same four walls. It used to be a physical space. And today it's on the internet. We can access work from anywhere on our phones, laptops, and this is enabling a future that's more distributed, more global, and more flexible than ever before, which I think is critical for the next stage of innovation and diversity. But we have a big problem to solve, and that's connection. This problem is so big that over 6 out of 10 employees today are feeling psychologically disengaged at work. They are checked out, and it is massively impacting productivity and retention. A lot of this stems from the fact that leaders are trying to use tools, technology, and resources that were built for an in-office era, and it's not working. We need to find a way to help employees feel connected, motivated, inspired, and want to stay in their workplaces. And that's what we're on a mission to solve with Wavy. We empower companies to build meaningful connection, a true sense of community, and high-performing culture, regardless of where their people are located. Our culture operating system helps companies centralize all their programming, from events to well-being, learning, perks, and more, to engage in this new reality of work. Our first product is focused on events. Think town halls, fireside chats, New Year kickoffs, socials, and more. All of this programming can be centralized in Wavy. The logistics and management of your events are put on autopilot. And most importantly, we give leaders access to a data set they've not had before. How is this programming impacting engagement and connection across the company and changing our culture health? How can these insights be used to plan what's next and really get proactive? And we're building this in partnership with 250 plus global companies who are building the blueprint for the future of remote and hybrid work. We have a great track record, and our business model is intentionally designed to scale with the customer journey. It's freemium, and what's a little unique is we earn revenue from our freemium customers. We have a marketplace of hundreds of bookable events and gifts for remote and hybrid teams. But when they're ready to scale up and move towards always-on programming and access premium features, they can sign up for Wavy Pro, which is our new SaaS offering that we quietly launched in July of 2023. We've seen some really exciting growth since launching, and this is pre-public launch, with 35% month-over-month growth. And that's accelerating today for a few reasons. We're going after larger companies, our deal size is doubling and in some cases tripling, and over 50% of our pipeline is in the US. I can share in this room that today we've booked 70% of last year's revenue, and we're going to surpass 2023 numbers this month. And that's just our first product. If you look at our target customer and the first pain point of events and programming, this is a $6 billion opportunity in North America alone, but we're well positioned to expand to more culture products. Every week, our customers are asking to centralize more of their programming with Wavy. Right now, the most loudly requested feature is budget management. Can I please deposit my funds into Wavy, allocate it to leaders across the business, and streamline our back-end operations and reporting? My co-founder, Nishay, and I are very excited. We're passionate about a future of work that's distributed, yet deeply human and connected. Today, we're raising a 1 million seed plus round to fuel this next stage of growth. We're confident that we've got the marketing and sales playbook in place. We've a validated roadmap of what to build to increase engagement and account size. And we've got 40% of our round already committed with some great investors on board and active conversations to close by end of month. I'm relatively new to Vancouver, and you can tell that community is in my DNA. It's very important to me. I'm building a business around it. And I think we could use a little more BC-based representation on our cap table. So if you're excited about what we're building and want to talk about riding the wave, I'd love to talk to you after. Thank you for having me.
Great. Thank you so much, Sean. I like that. Ride the wave. Good one. 100%, as you should be. So obviously, this is a very well-timed business with so many companies struggling with remote versus in-person, hybrid models, all of that sort of stuff. But it does make me think that there's a lot of people out there that are probably trying to solve this problem. And so I was wondering if you could dive in a little bit more to the competitive landscape that you find yourself in.
That's so funny. I've got a slide for that. Thank you. So the competitive landscape we're looking at right now is in a few places. It's event management platforms, marketplaces that have content of bookable experiences and events, and engagement apps. Maybe you're familiar with Donut. Companies are switching to Wavy over these solutions because they can replace a few point solutions with Wavy. Against marketplaces, we have the ability to publish internal events, really streamline all programming and stronger data and insights. And against other event management platforms like Epoch, we have a huge advantage because we provide all the content and resources to surface moments that matter and make it super easy for leaders to run programming. In fact, we're in the process of switching 4 customers from Epoch over to Wavy, and this is all pre-public launch. Our product is really strong and is offering a big advantage over what's out there. So we feel really well positioned to be a leader in this new category. Thank you.
All right. Next, I'd like to invite Amir. Wow, that was really good. Up to the stage to tell us a little bit about TreeTrack. So I'll hand over to you here.
Hello, everybody. Before I just want to start, can everybody look outside? So last time we were here, we didn't have this view because of wildfire smoke. So it was summer and early summer, so we didn't have that one. So you know what I'm going to talk about. Wildfire. So as we know, it's there. We have a lot of wildfire. Last year was really bad. We lost millions of hectares, unfortunately, and there is no cost-effective way to replant all those areas. Manual planters. I have Andrea here with me. She was more than 15 years tree planter, so she can talk about this part more than me. But yeah, they're heroes. They're out there. They're doing great job. But we are short in labor. And of course, if they want to need those seedlings, it will take 3-4 years for nurseries to prepare the seedlings and then pass it to tree planters and plant. And of course, it's costly, and there are many places that they can't go there. There's no access. And of course, when fire happens, there's a health and safety issue there. So they can't send tree planters there. Okay, yeah, here we are. We are TreeTrack. We are a service company. We are B2B. And we are 12 times faster than tree planters, more cost effective to tree planters. And of course, we're faster because we have a drone. So we can cover 1 hectare in 1 hour with 1 single drone. And how it works for us, we go and assess the site. We go back to office or shop, produce seed pods, and then take our drone and go and reforest the areas really fast. So what we have here, we develop seed pod. We manufacture seed pods. We got them new machineries. We are able to produce 200,000 seed pods per day. and germination is great. It's in controlled environment. We did 4 pilot tests. We're waiting for the results, and the patent is pending for our seed pod. At the same time, we're getting our drones, hybrid drones from our sister company. So we added dispersal mechanism to our drones, so we can drop one by one. Patent pending for that. Our competitors, they don't have it, so they can't give the density that the customers are asking, but we're able to deliver that service to customers. Big market, it's getting bigger, unfortunately, because of climate change and fire and harvest. So these numbers going to be way higher next year. So this is an example what we did last year as a paid pilot test, our first revenue, 30 hectares. It's just 4 action days with a small crew. And we programmed the area, we programmed the drones, map the area, program the drones, and the drones follow the pattern. Drop seed pods when they run out of gas, because our drones are hybrid, they burn gas. So when they run out of gas or seed pod, they come back, just 5 minutes downtime. There's no need tons of backup generator or batteries, and then send the drones back again to do the job. And we charge customer based on density per hectare. We guarantee our projects. And we work with all the forest stakeholders in the market. So they are all have something with us before or upcoming this year. Non-diluted funding through IRAP and other funding opportunities. We're working with the big players. The second biggest lumber company, Western Forest Product, biggest NGO, Tree Canada, Ministry of Forest, and there are more. We have contracts with them. It's coming, so we're gonna have plant a lot of trees this year with these big players. We did 3 pilot tests with UBC. We just partnered with Thompson River University. And we're going to work with them, Professor Dr. Fraser, and also through him, we're going to start working with tech as mining company. So diversity is there. And 2028, by just doing 19,000 hectares, we're going to be roughly 5 million revenue, and that's nothing based on the market size of the market. Is 0.3% of the whole size of the market. So we need we can go big and expand really fast. Team, I'm a PhD in horticulture, being a tree grower in PRT, work more than 10 years in the industry. The best marriage ever. My partner is Sam, he's the engineer, and he's designing and developing the drones. And the most talented people, we're hiring 2 engineers. If you know somebody, let us know. And without these advisors and mentors that we have, we wouldn't be here. So they're great help, and they're still working with us. The ask 500K, that 150 turned to 200. So we secured 200. Just yesterday, we secured another 50K. And we're targeting to have 1.2 million revenue this year, reforest 400 hectares at least, and work on our seed pod. And thank you so much. Happy to chat with you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Amir. I'm going to check my notes here because I do want to dive in a little bit more into the traction that you're getting and what you're seeing for 2024, because you've done a pilot in 2023. You now have some more coming up. So what are the projects that you're going to be working on in the spring? Because getting right into it right away. And who are you going to be working with? Tell us a little bit more about those partnerships.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Ministry of Forest, they own 90% of the land here in BC, Crown land. They start working with us. So we have a coming project in Vancouver Island with Western Forest Product, the second biggest lumber company. So it's a joint project. We're going to plan 2 different locations in Vancouver Island, and also with our partner, Tree Canada. We have more coming. We just partnered with Forest Ontario. That's again an NGO. So they fund the projects, and we have land through our partners, and we're partnering with 2 indigenous band, Lillooet and Yindika, and they have a lot of lands that have been burned. And also not that one, the landslide Mount Meager, if you Google it, 2010, tons of hectares destroyed. And since then, they couldn't plant it because it's so dangerous. We're going to be there this fall and drop our seed pods there. Thank you.
That's really exciting. Thank you so much, Amir. All right. Last but not least, I'd like to invite Valet from Plenty Real Brews to introduce us to Plenty Real Brews. I understand, well, I know that you were here a little while ago, back in 2021, right? So it's great to see the progress that you've made, and I know you're going to tell us a little bit more about that.
Hi everyone, I'm Valley and I'm the CEO and founder of Plenty Real Brews. And we make better for you alcohol beverages that taste great. So in May of 2021, we launched Plenty Hard Kombucha. So basically we took kombucha and made it fun. We brewed it to 5% alcohol. And in June of 2023, we launched our hard teas made from organic ingredients and botanicals that have antioxidants. Why? Because we saw a gap in the ready-to-drink market. There's limited alcohol options for people concerned about wellness. So we created Plenty as a solution for people that care about, that are more wellness focused. Plenty is a premium drink. It's flavor focused. We use real, clean, organic ingredients that are high quality. It's also low calorie, low sugar. Most of our drinks are between 90 to 99 calories, 1 gram sugar and 1 gram carb. It's also keto friendly, gluten free, plant-based, and the botanicals we use are high in antioxidants. We are Canada's first hard kombucha and first to market. So our mission is to make the best health-conscious beverages and to elevate the better for you category with premium ingredients that are flavor-focused. These are our hard kombucha flavors. We've got 3 delicious flavors. These are hard tea flavors, and they're made with organic ingredients and botanicals for real taste without all the sugar. This is all of our achievements, and we're very proud. So I was here, as Erin mentioned, in 2020, we closed our pre-seed round, and we met some key members here. I pitched at VANTEC. In 2021 of May, we launched our hard kombucha in 65 stores. In 2020, we grew to 200 stores, and in 2023, we're in 300 stores, and we've had a 42.5% increase in growth. We also launched our hard tea last year, as I mentioned. We are an award-winning drink. We won an award at the San Francisco Ready to Drink competition. It's the largest competition in the world. We've also been featured in like 12 publications and podcasts. We launched in Alberta last fall, and we are seeing 3x volume growth in our top accounts. And we've achieved all of this on quite a small budget. So with the new raise, we're confident of our growth. For 2024, we're launching our e-commerce platform. We've signed a distributor in Hong Kong for Asia distribution. Our focus will be Western Canada growth and new product launch. We've got new products launching this spring, summer that includes a non-alcohol beverage. So the market size is quite large. It's the North American alcohol sales is $386 billion. There is a hyper growth in the better for you category as more people care about what they eat and drink. The hard kombucha market is growing at 52%, and the hard tea market is growing at 24.8%. And how do we stand out from our competition? We are a truly better for you brew because we use high quality organic ingredients and botanicals with antioxidants. We're also low calorie, low sugar. We are a premium product, and we have a unique double brewing process and flavor creation. We're also first to market, award-winning, and we do not add any artificial flavors or ingredients to our drinks. So we're raising $750,000. We've closed 350. We've got a commitment for another 250. So we're looking to close the balance $150,000 by end of February. It is a priced round, and most of the proceeds will go to distribution, creating more brand awareness and growth. This is some of our PR and media coverage. As you can see, we've been featured in Daily Hive, Vancouver Magazine, Business in Vancouver. And I've got a couple of quotes from Vancouver Magazine and My Van City. Couple more quotes here from our stores. You can see that we're in the top 8 fridge. So we're quite proud to be one of the top 8 selling RTDs at Legacy Liquor Store, which is a large prestigious liquor store in Olympic Village. And NOMS Magazine said that we're the favorite drink of the night. So that's our team. We have an amazing and dedicated team that come with a wealth of industry experience and knowledge. Myself, I have 15 plus years in brand development and launching new products to market. We have Anna, who's a sales manager. She has 10 plus years in sales, and Paul, who has 15 plus years in the alcohol beverage space in sales and marketing with companies like Labatt, Molson, and AB InBev. And we've got Kristen and Brenda, who are also in the beverage space and help with R&D and brand. We have a great team of advisors. We've got Praveen Varshney, who's also our investor, and he's built multiple successful companies. We've got Ian McDonald, who's also advisor investor. His winery was acquired by the Mark Anthony Group, the group that also owns White Claw. We've got David, who's the former MEC CEO, and we've got Matt Calderwood, Managing Director at SA Global, who's also our advisor investor. And we thank you for your time. And we've got our delicious samples in the back, so please come and try it out.
Amazing. All right. So thank you for that, Vale, and great to see the progress that you have made over the last few years. So question I have for you today is that with there being so many ready-to-drink options out there, I do like to see the differentiators that you are focusing on, and you're starting to get some great traction and recognition from that. But the thing that is seeming to resonate more and more with people is the company mission, right? And I was wondering if you could dive in a little bit more into the mission and really the impact that you are looking to have with Plenty Real Brews.
So our mission is to use sustainable ingredients and organic ingredients. It's not only better for the consumer, but it's also better for the environment. So everything that we use, we're using organic ingredients and also like carefully selected botanicals that have like health benefits. The other thing that we're doing is all of our can toppers are made from 100% post-consumer recycled plastic. We're plant-based. And one of our CSRs is to support local businesses. We're buying from local businesses, and especially local businesses that are female owned. So we partner with them. We're doing events with them. Yeah, we're just trying to give back as much as possible. And one of our goals is to give back 1% to tree planting.
Fantastic. Well, that is a very great coincidence. Thank you so much, Vale. Round of applause. And as Vale mentioned, the drinks will be served at the end during networking, so definitely check those out. But really great to see a great company that has come a long way with a great mission as well. So remember, if you're interested, use the QR code, provide some feedback. It's really, really helpful to these companies and entrepreneurs. So please do remember to do that. Next, just a quick reminder that our next event, it's always the first Wednesday of the month, so it's easy to remember, but it's going to be March 6th, followed by the Pitch Perfect previews for the Startup Visa program on March 7th. For those of you who are guests here today or coming for the first time, our memberships are very reasonable. We just want to get more investors in the room or joining us online. And thank you again to those who are tuning in. With the full memberships, you get access to the pitch events, bring a guest. Well, we live stream, but also record all of the pitches that go on. So we will post those and give you access to them. You have the company profiles. And if you are an investor in one of our partner funds, then you get a nice 33% discount. And the online membership is $300. So very reasonable. Those are all annual numbers, not monthly. So super, super reasonable. And if you're interested, come and chat with me afterwards. And that's about it. I do want to give a quick shout out. I don't know if Ashima is still at the front or if she's at the back, but it is her birthday today. So please remember to wish her a very happy birthday. We couldn't do these events without her and Ayush at the front and obviously Lindsay at the back. And I can see that our amazing food from Railtown is at the back as well. So please do enjoy this networking time, have a bite, enjoy the aelo drinks, the Plenty Real Brew drinks, and we have wine and beer as well. But thank you all so much for coming. Have a great rest of the evening.